Hey internet, it's your boy, John, but my friends call me Izzy and you can too. This is Izzy's Painting Workshop. Hey, what up, party people? I'm taking a little bit of a break from the Apsara right now. I have started painting it, and I'll probably do some more, I'll probably show you some more about that maybe in another episode. But right now, I'm working on the last of the terrain for my table, and it's all the scatter that finally came in. I ordered it from some Etsy guy in Greece. I guess maybe I'll try and find where he is and link him in the description of this video. But yeah, so just took all these guys and glued them to sticks, and I'm gonna spray them black, and then I'm gonna zenithal them with a white, and then just hose them down with speed paint or a thin down paint or something, just to like knock them out and call them done. And then I'll hit them with a finish, like a varnish, probably matte. All right, see you in a bit. All right, so this is the terrain pretty much after a black coat. This stuff is PLA, it's not resin printed. It was 3D printed, but it was printed out of PLA and not resin, so it kind of drinks paint, and it looks a little glossy just because, like, it's got so many, like, striations. They're not flat surfaces like a resin print. Let's see. But you can see, like, the striations and everything in there, and, like, that kind of makes it drink paint. I'm not sure how it's going to take the final coat when I put on. After this, I'm going to give it a zenithal with white, and I've been doing this with an airbrush, not a rattle can. So after this, I'm going to give it a zenithal with some white paint, white ink actually, that stuff. And then I'm going to put on either speed paints or inks. I'm not sure which one, but I'm going to be shooting them through the airbrush as well. Because of all those striations, I'm not sure how well this is going to take the final coat with the inks or dry brushes, because I'm afraid that it might just, like, those striations might just, like, eat all the top coat. But we'll see how it goes. We'll press on. All right, so here's how they're looking after the zenithal. Like I was saying, like, you can see those striations, like you can see that, which, I mean, I kind of knew that going in when I got PLA printed models instead of resin. Because this is just for terrain, I'd rather work with PLA than having to, like, sand resin, and just, like, resin's kind of carcinogenic, so if I don't have to use it, I won't. And yeah, and this is for terrain, it's not for, like, a display piece or something, so yeah, it should be okay. We'll press on. Okay, so these are the paints I'm going to use to finish it off with. The Army Paint or Hive Dweller Purple, the Blood Red, the Orc Skin, and the Fire Giant Orange. We're going to use those over the zenithal, and I'm going to run them through the airbrush when we're doing it. Alright, so this is what each of them looks like. This is the Fire Giant Orange, and so with the Fire Giant Orange, it doesn't look like it covered as well because I also mixed it with thinner. I didn't just do it straight out of the pot. I used thinner with it, and that's why it didn't come out as well. The striations had a little bit of an effect, like you can see here. Like, it drank a little bit of the paint, but I think the problem is more that I used thinner, because you can see on the others, the green came out. This is the Orc Skin green, and that came out nice and vibrant. And that I used that a lot less thinner with this. And the purple, once again, yeah, the rest of them I started using basically straight out of the bottle, and they came out nice and vibrant. Yeah, so this is before I hit a matte coat on them. I'm just gonna hit them with a matte coat in a little while. I'm gonna let these dry for a while before I do it. This is fresh off the airbrush table thing. Alright, but we'll press on. Okay, so here they are in the wild, acting as cover in, scatter as scatter do, this whole area. And after hitting them with a mat and just putting them out there, I think they look pretty good. And here is the table, and that's pretty much the table at the most complete it is, because I'm not buying more terrain for it. If anything, I'll get one more flyer, and like maybe one more place for the flyer to land. But other than that, this is the table. And the centerpiece is Space Hawk. Alright folks, so we've painted the terrain, the scatter terrain, and I think it came out good. Would I work with PLA again? Yes. For terrain. Not for something that I want to have on display or something. Probably not like any kind of like miniature or whatever. Would I get a flyer that was printed out of PLA terrain as opposed to a flyer that was printed out of resin? My jury's a little out on that still, because I still want the flyers to look good because they're kind of a focal point. Like, if it's on the table, people are going to be looking at it. So, But, like, on the other hand, is it worth getting cancer for terrain? Like, if it's for a display piece, yeah, sure, bring on the cancer. Like, I've got a display piece I plan on working on for next year, for a contest I'm gonna try and enter, and it's resin printed, but it's a beautiful print. And I've been going over in my head like what things I want to do with that model. Like, I try and paint a model in my head a bit before I try and actually put paint on it. I went over that last video of like how I go through process and stuff sometimes, but sometimes you see a model and you're like, I want to paint that, and this is exactly how I'm going to do it. And like in your brain, you're like, oh well, I will do OSL here, and that means that there. And then you're like, okay, but there's atmospheric lighting here, and do whatever. And like your brain is just like, this is what I'm going to do. So like with the piece I entered into last year's Nova, this past year's Nova, I saw the motorized bounty hunter bike, and I'm like, I want to put a bomber girl on that bike and paint it up like a Ducati. And like, that was like, unfortunately it came through that the rider was not the focus. The bike was clearly my focus, because I was like, I want to paint a motorcycle. Gosh darn it. Hell yes, I want to paint a motorcycle. And I did. Kind of want to paint another one. Yeah, kind of want to paint another one. But I have a painting queue of shame and adding more to it. My wife would totally support me on that, but like, I don't want to like... Anyway, whatever. So, getting back to not being on a tangent randomly. So yeah, the PLA terrain came out good. I liked it. It was from an Etsy seller in Greece. I will post a link to their Etsy shop in the section thingy on the bottom here, down there, where you read the things. Once again, all the music in this entire video was done by Doom Driver. Shout out to Doom Driver for coming out a couple of days ago to actually like roll some dice on the table with me. That was cool. It was good to see him. And yeah, I think I think we just call it. Oh, yeah, that other stuff that I should do. If you like this video, hit like. If you're not subscribed yet, hit subscribe. It's something that you can do to help out the channel, and it is so low effort. Just hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It's cool. If you have any questions, if you have any comments or whatever, I answer all questions and comments. Put them in the comments section. And yeah, if you think somebody would enjoy my shenanigans, then feel free to share this channel with them and share my shenanigans. Shenanigans. Such a silly word. Shenanigans. Alright, whatever. So, stay cool, cats and kittens.